Hi, everyone. We're the Sunshine
Stitchers. I'm EJ.
I'm Gary.
And I am Shelia. And we all paused and started the rest of it at the same time. Did you notice that? We were actually in sync.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't notice.
Yes, I did. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's only at 155 episodes, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's a fluke that could have happened eventually with the numbers.
Oh, really?
Well, good morning, everybody. Good day to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. We are glad that you are watching our video, at least starting out watching our video. We are a channel about counted cross stitch, and we try to do that get a little closer.
I know.
Yeah.
I showered in deodorant and cologne and everything.
A little closer. Yeah.
Right now, you're a little too close.
You said what? Don't get too close.
All righty. So we also love your comments that you give to our videos every week. We enjoy reading them. We have some folks out there who have great senses of humor.
Yes.
I mean,
yes. And Rain Jude gave us a tip that I just read. Oh my goodness. Oh.
And she just forgot it.
Oh, like, okay. No, I don't remember. I just read it too. I'm like, oh, that's a great tip.
She must have posted it like yesterday after I had gone through. I don't remember it. Okay, so for those who enjoy stitching Halloween, just want to remind you of the hashtag 31 Days of Halloween on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
That's hosted by She Bees Stitchy World. She does these wonderful kind of stitch-alongs matching holidays, and it's a lot of fun. So hashtag 31 Days of Halloween.
Yes.
That's Facebook and Instagram.
And another message, someone wanted, to help Gary out to show the picture of, wait a minute, speaking of Gary, somebody said he was the smart one of the group.
Exactly. And that was my comment of the decade.
No, I'm like, oh, he would never let us live this down. Oh, my goodness.
I wrote it down. Ginger H. Gary is clearly the intelligent one because his favorite color is green.
And I'm going to get that t-shirt. Only need someone who would make me a t-shirt.
I commented back, shade. Shade.
Never gonna let us live this down.
No.
Well, besides that, Ginger, thank you, Ginger.
Yeah.
And that was not my Ginger. That was another Ginger.
Oh, that could be a
Ginger.
Someone said to help Gary out that maybe I should show the picture of Lady Justice, So Gary, here's a picture of Lady Justice, right?
Right, but see, she's got green on the top and the bottom.
Huh?
Right, but she's got green on the top and the bottom. I still don't know what direction.
No, but look, come on now.
I don't
blue
know.
And green, guess what? Light blue, boom, perfect. See, I knew exactly where I was going.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think it's been a year. I think we need more stitches. I mean, wait, mine's framed, right?
Yes. Oh, come on, Gary.
She's down for Halloween.
Oh, okay. All right.
See?
There you go. Oh, yeah. See,
if you want to fudge it, go ahead.
Recognizable direction, baby.
Yes.
Thank you for the suggestions.
I don't know. Oh, wait. Hold it back up. I gotta check this. So this wave is going up here, right? That should be the sword. That's clearly not the direction of this pattern. Can anyone else see that than me?
You're pointing at the camera that no one, I don't know what you're talking about. No one knows what you're talking about.
All right. Look at the dark part going up there, right? And then now look at the other part over there where the sword is. There's no fabric going above the sword. That is clearly not the right direction.
You're not looking at the right spot.
You're not looking at the right
I am.
spot.
Yeah.
I stitched over here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Carrie. I stitched over here.
All right, show it again.
This one right here.
Show it again.
See, look, it's clear.
Oh, good
Clear as
Lord. It's
day.
there's hardly any stitching there. Oh,
Oh
my
my
God.
goodness gracious.
God. Just
No wonder you were confused. You weren't even looking at it in the right direction. Oh, now I understand.
just stitch it.
Just stitch it.
I need a face.
Oh my goodness gracious.
He's
Not
like,
up there to get to her face. You're all the way at her feet.
he's like sword. It's like I read this meme. It's like doing
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, no, she started up and then she worked her way down
To the feet.
catty corner.
yeah. Going diagonal. It's like doing a fractions lesson, and you're talking about multiplying fractions and dividing fractions, and then a kid raises his hand and says, "What's a numerator?"
Yeah.
So that was like, okay.
Just erase that whole discussion.
I don't know. I'm just saying it's clearly not a clear direction if I didn't even know where you were at on the pattern.
So
I'm just
Ginger,
saying I don't agree.
Ginger H.
You see,
That's
Ginger?
Ginger Hovat.
Ginger
Hovat.
this is the intelligent one, okay? I just want to,
I'm just saying, you know what? The goal was a clear direction.
it is a
And
clear
if there's
direction.
one person in the room who doesn't have a clear direction, it's like a hung
Oh, that's
gizzard.
crazy.
No, it's not. All righty, so I think we've talked about this before, but a long time ago, Jane G asked whether we put glass, the whole question of glass versus no glass when you're framing pieces. And I think it probably came up because I showed the Nimue Halloween piece last week, and I do not put glass on my framed pieces. I did put glass on two pieces that were designated to hang in my kitchen, and I put them on my kitchen cabinets, and I used command strips, and then they fell off the kitchen cabinets. One, the glass shattered everywhere.
Yeah, I told you command strips don't work.
Yeah, totally everywhere.
I
The
have
other
a nail
glass
gun
did
bar.
not break.
Mhm.
But it's, and I have cats, so I can't take the risk of something falling down and
Yeah.
shattering. And what if I'm not home?
Mhm.
It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But that's not the only reason. I don't put glass on my framed pieces because I want to see the stitching, and I think glass interferes with the ability to see some of the fine detail of the stitching. I
Okay.
do not worry about dust. I don't have a fireplace or burn a fire in my house. Yes, I live in South Florida where the humidity is high.
But that's actually good without glass, because if you had glass, you'd have condensation.
Condensation inside, if it's not sealed properly. Yeah, so I don't worry. And I figured all of these samplers that people are faithfully reproducing now that were stitched in the 1700s were not framed with glass.
They were nailed on a piece of wood.
Nailed on a piece of wood, and they have, yes, they do have damage over time, but some of the original samplers are 300, 400 years old now. I mean, like, yeah, one would expect to see some
And I
damage.
think you could still appreciate it when you're that old.
You can, I think so, yes, and I will. I need to be around. So no, I do not take the extra step of putting pieces under glass, regardless of the quality of the glass.
The bulk of my seasonal stitching has no glass.
Mhm,
I have pieces hung up in the kitchen above the
Mhm.
frieze
mhm,
of the cabinets.
mhm.
They all have glass because of, cooking
Cooking.
and stuff.
Mhm,
And I have a few pieces that are out all year long
mhm,
that are non-seasonal, and we put glass on
Mhm.
those,
mhm,
but very few.
mhm.
So depending on when you put if it's all year or in the kitchen, most likely glass.
But I have some that's all year that I don't have glass.
It just
It
depends.
just depends.
Mhm. What about you?
For,
You just
and
glass?
as for me, I FFO'd 3 things. One was a pillow, which was a giveaway.
No glass?
Huh?
No
The
glass?
pillow. Yes, I encased it in glass.
Okay.
Because that was momentous. And the second one was a baby sampler for my nephew. So that was in glass. That was completely framed in glass because it was in glass. And the third one is behind me.
Mhm.
And it's not framed, I guess, so it's not in glass.
Yeah.
But the baby sampler, I wanted him to look at it and make sure nothing was damaged, so I put it in glass.
And you gave it away. I mean, it's not sitting in your home. It's
Correct.
I think a lot of it depends on personal preference,
Mhm.
environment, and
Mhm.
location.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
you do you.
Yeah. I mean, do what you like. I happen to really want to appreciate the stitching. And when I see other people's work, as a stitcher, you did tend to look closely. It's not that I want to see what the quality of the stitching. Well, I guess so. Yeah, you want to see the quality, not from a criticism perspective, but I always look to see a technique. If I could see, what can I learn? What can I to admire the quality of the stitching is what I'm looking for. And you can't see that with glass, I think. And again, so it's just personal preference. It's not meant to incite a war. Glass.
I mean, I know
glass.
when we lived in Texas, everything had glass on it. This is all the elephants, and they have mats and everything.
Yeah.
And people would say, "Wow, that's a nice painting."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I knitted that in the airport one year.
Yeah. So someone asked, Ruby D asked this question about how many whips do we have? And this comes up fairly often because of the variety of stitching that we show. So I think we do answer the question fairly often. I have about 40 something at this point. I don't know the exact number.
Oh, you went down a little bit. Oh, that's nice.
Well, yeah, I started out with 56. I added 57. I have finished 15. Actually, I've been saying I finished 14, but I discovered that I had one that I had not highlighted as being finished. So I actually have finished 15. So 57 minus 15 is 42. And I just finished another one. So I've got 41 whips. Okay.
Well, I do my metrics at the end of the year with the graph and the chart. So I don't worry about it till then.
Yeah. Yeah. But you started out the year with
whatever was in the last video. It's number. It doesn't
80 something.
It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And EJ?
I was looking for my whip list, but because it's numbered and everything. Ooh, don't know where that went. Uh-oh. That's not.
Oh, you're gonna need that.
I know. Oh wait.
See, I personally feel like if I bought something, I own it. It's got the same status as something I started. In my mind, if I spent money on something, and if I'm stitching it, it still has the same quality.
If you're stitching it, but if you just bought it and it's just sitting in your stash, that's not the same.
To me, it is because.
But you haven't started.
I know, but it's a number of something that I need to do. It's a task, and that's why whips really don't.
You get confused.
No, I don't get confused. I don't feel the pressure of a whip.
It's not about that.
No, I mean, I don't.
It's just about how many.
Like, oh, I need to burn down my whips.
So how many tasks do you have?
It's about 2,000. Give or take.
That's not an exaggeration. It is not an exaggeration.
I'm a collector.
Yeah, totally. It's not an exaggeration. And that's Gary's personal stash.
Yes.
So I have 55 on a list, but I have monthlies. I have and those are just labeled as just one. So close to 70.
Okay, there you go.
See, you're doing better than me.
Yeah, close to 70-ish.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't know how many finishes I had this year. I don't know. Did I have even one? Did I have a finish?
Karen's jar.
Oh yes, I did. Oh, I have to update my whip list. I did. Yeah, I have 4 finishes. Yeah. You're right. I have 4 finishes.
I mentioned one and she counts it as 4.
No.
Did you do a fraction on that?
I remember 4. Oh, Stitch, the definition Stitch, Karen's jar, and 2 others.
Okay.
To be mentioned later date.
PA.
After Stitch.
Announced.
And so there was a lot, several people like the idea of a PDF mania, but not necessarily in May.
In May. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can pick any time.
pick any time. Okay, but you're gonna do yours in May.
Oh, I don't know. I said that was a good idea.
Oh, it's a good idea. Okay. Plan. It's not a plan. It was just an idea.
Yeah.
So the whole concept of PDF mania.
Yeah.
All righty. So does that count even if you had a piece in a magazine?
Well, the discussion was we download and buy all these PDF things and we forget about them because they're in a
Yeah.
computer. They're out of
Yeah.
sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So I said, well, why not do an example would be to do a PDF mania.
Mhm,
So then you only focus on your PDFs. So you
mhm.
clean out your folder. But
And somebody else mentioned that have a PDF piece, and when
Sure.
you're done with that, you replace it with another PDF, and you replace
Yeah.
it with another PDF. So
Yeah.
have a category. I guess I
Yeah.
think it was Sylvia who said
Yeah,
something as she's gonna have categories
Mhm.
where
yeah,
if it's a magazine and she finishes, she's gonna put another magazine in.
right. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you have your categories like,
Okay, I
yeah.
like that. I like that. 'Cause
And like if you're doing a Halloween piece, you do another Halloween piece.
yes,
Or
'cause
Christmas.
Lord knows,
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
magazine pieces.
Because with technology changing, you would hate that the ability to access those things would be gone
That's true.
because of
Mhm,
remember floppy disks.
mhm, mhm.
Do you have any
What's that?
any patterns on a floppy disk that you would love to access today that you
What's
can't?
that?
Right.
Hey, I'm just saying my PC, my Mac does not have a CD slot.
Yeah, yes, mine, I had to buy a CD.
Yeah,
CD
you can
player.
still buy them. So
Yeah.
tech-
Oh, shoot,
Technology?
I don't have a
Yeah.
CD slot.
exactly.
exactly.
So technology and stitching, think about it, print it.
Well, and the good news is they're not expensive.
Yeah.
They're affordable.
Really? Where do you buy a floppy disk reader at?
No, a compact disc player, a CD player.
With the DVDs,
Same thing,
Yeah,
DVD,
DVDs.
CD,
Yeah.
yeah.
you can get one for Mac. You can get one for Mac.
I think so. I think they have, the external one.
Okay. Cool.
But
Good
the
to
Apple
know.
Store, they have everything.
I still do have those 3M hard disc, the smaller one.
Oh no, I had the big one. I had the big ones.
You have the black one with the hole.
You
Yeah.
put your finger in there. Said,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
My computer teacher hated me. Like, what? I'm ready to my program.
Okay, all right. So, yeah.
I know my
Thank-
teachers are so glad.
Yeah. Yeah. We went off tangent.
As always. So thank you for your comments. As you can tell, they do generate a lot of conversation and we enjoy the conversation, so it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, finishes. EJ, any finishes this week?
The only finish I had 25 finishes because I completed my 8th single board. Woohoo! But completed stitching, no.
Okay. All right,
I've got 2 finishes.
2 finishes this week.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Gary, let's see your finishes.
Okay. I finished If Pumpkins Could Fly.
Oh,
You
very
did?
good.
Yes, I did. Because I started it last October on October 31st. And I wanted to finish it October 1st, but actually finished it September 30th.
Wow,
So I couldn't stretch it out.
yeah, wow. That's
You
nice.
sure? You sure you couldn't stretch it out?
And so last night, I had a friendly challenge, a stitch off, ready, stitch, go
Oh, no.
with a friend. We started at, let's see, I think we started at 6 my time. I need to check, verify times because she beat me.
Uh-oh.
Who was this?
Andrea.
Oh, I loved her. I love her. I knew it.
Andrea, when did we start? Oh my God. Sorry, I can't find it. Her and Ronnie text all the time. So there was tons. So we did a stitch off of the berry of All Hallows Eve.
Oh.
So I think we started at about 6. And
Girl.
I finished at 12:39 and she finished at like 20 minutes before me.
Oh.
So it was a tight race, not really, but she was way ahead of me.
You go, girl. That's awesome.
Oh, that's
So I
good.
mean, yeah, Carolyn didn't join us, but
There it
That
is.
was good.
she had an excuse. She had some kind of Zoom thing going on. But
Oh, okay.
I didn't notice. I don't know. Was anybody on her
That's so
Zoom?
cute.
But so Ronnie's going to do a berry finishing class
Mhm.
on one Sunday, one of our
Mhm.
Zooms.
Mhm,
And so once everybody's got it all done,
mhm, mhm.
they'll let us know.
All righty.
It was fun.
Very
So
cool.
I mean, it's a really quick stitch. What,
Mhm.
6 hours?
Mhm.
6, 7 hours. So not bad. So it's
Okay.
what's staff
Staff,
Staff.
staff,
Started in,
start and finish.
in
Yeah.
one day.
yeah,
So it can be done.
very
job.
nice. All right, I got you all written down.
2 finishes.
And I forgot to write mine down.
Okay.
And I have a finish. Sorry, my notes.
And actually, both of those were exclusive designs for Gairon.
Yes.
Good
I'm
job.
here, I'm here, just here for the booze.
Look at that. 3 Halloween finishes in the
Yes,
month of October.
that's right.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
This is on 30 count
Okay.
chartreuse by Weeks Dye Works. And I used all of the called for DMC. It does include a E5200, which is a sparkly thread.
Mhm.
And I did part of the glass foam the way you were supposed to with it wound in. And I just was not satisfied with the stitches. I mean, the stitches.
Because it was twisting.
Yeah, it was awful. The stitches look terrible. So Gary suggested last week that I actually do the white stitches and then come back
And do a half
and
stitch.
then do a half stitch with the sparkly on top. And I as it turns out, it's half and half. So half was done that way. And except for having to go back over the stitches, I didn't do every one, but I probably wound up doing about 75%.
Yeah. You don't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to do every one, but
Yeah.
you still get more of the sparkle by
Yeah.
doing it that way.
Yeah, yeah. And it was a lot easier. I was much more satisfied with the white stitch.
Mhm.
It looks good.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
I like
It
that
looks
one.
like a candy corn.
Yes. That's
Yes.
what it
Was
is.
that? Oh, okay. I'm like,
Candy
oh, that looks
corn-
like a candy corn.
Candy corn martini.
Yes.
Oh,
All
I
the
see.
witches are drinking those.
So that was fun. I was glad. That was a fairly quick one for me. So yay.
Looks good.
Toss it down.
Oops.
All righty. So Gary, do you have any starts this week?
Starts. Well, I had my SAF,
Right, okay.
and that is all my finishes. Yes.
Starts. Okay, good. Whips. EJ, let's see your whip.
The first whip. So this week I was catching up on AB Single.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So on the 22nd, letter B was called. And I worked on Baby Elephant.
Oh.
Yes. This is where I am right now. Hold on, look. I still have hanging threads because I added more hanging threads. I cleared
There's
the
no
hanging
need.
threads.
Hey,
Huh?
EJ, there's no need to apologize for hanging threads. It's showing that you're working on it.
That's right. So I what did I do?
You have a
I
lot
worked on
done.
this part. I worked on this
Yeah.
part.
Is it
So-
at the top of the head? Yep.
Actually, no, this is
I have no
the
idea where she's at on any of her
No,
stitching.
yeah. Just-
it's right here.
That's what I said, the top of the baby's head.
But I didn't get to the top head. I
Oh,
didn't
that's a
get to
leg.
the top of the head yet. It's still like the thigh of the elephant, mama elephant.
Okay, I see it, the thigh.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble seeing the baby.
The
No, the
there
baby's
yet.
not here. Not yet. The baby's still.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it takes 2 years for a mama elephant to have a baby.
It's gonna take me 4 years to stitch one. Okay. I didn't get to the top of the head yet. I'm just basically over here.
Okay.
So I worked on that. I did 278 stitches.
Okay.
All right.
Next, I worked on the letter F. There's no place like home. This is how it's gonna look
I
like.
like that one.
Yes. And who's that by?
Fiddlesticks AU. So that's the letter F for Fiddlesticks AU.
Mhm.
And I did 125 stitches and I worked on the letter E.
Okay, and that was a magazine?
It's a PDF.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So yes,
Okay,
I worked on this letter E.
all right.
Next, then we have the letter I. And the letter I was If Pumpkins Could Fly
Here we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
by Hands On Design. I did a whopping 106 stitches.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, wow.
You did the P,
I
the I, and the N.
The P, the I, and the N. Yeah, correct. That's it. Pin.
She put a pin in it.
Right, that's right. Oh, and I started the
The big one.
pumpkin bat.
Yeah. That's a fun one to do.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really enjoyed stitching that pattern.
yeah,
And mine's autographed.
that's right.
It's autographed.
That's right.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, next. Then I had the letter M. Mother Moon.
Good.
I'm gonna show you. Oh, yes. Oh, and I didn't have anything to drink. Oh man. I only did 100 stitches on Mother Moon,
Oh,
Oh,
and I worked on this and I completed this.
oh, okay.
okay, good.
That's all right, because she's your
October piece.
extremely focused piece for this month, so.
Yes. So this is it.
Laser.
And I'm thinking of, I have two thoughts. Working from the top down, including back stitching and beads, or filling in the hole, right? Filling in the whole stitching and then going back.
Yeah, I would do all the full stitching first.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would get the stitching over with so that when because you don't want to be stitching while you got beads and stuff.
once
on
you
the
get
top.
back stitching and put yourself in back stitching in bead mode, you can just,
You focus on
leave
one
it.
thing.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll do whole stitches and I'll do 1/4 and 3/4 stitches, then half, then back stitch, and then beading.
Oh, you don't do those at the same time you do the full stitches?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I do.
because the full are 2 threads and the 1/4 and the 3/4 are 1 thread.
Yeah,
Okay.
1/1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I'd have to take out one of the needle. It's just,
Yeah, no, I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
wait, I'm not putting this out.
Yeah, because my quarter stitches with 2 threads.
You do 2
No,
threads
I
with
really
your
do
4
2
stitches? You
threads
don't
with
do
4
1/1?
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay. Yeah, it depends.
Do you do 2/1? Oh, I see.
Kind of thick, but
It-
it does
it-
fill it in.
it fills
I
it
can
in
see-
nice.
It does.
It fills
I
it
can
in
see
nice and
Yeah,
it keeps the curve.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Because I thought about doing one and then I did it and I'm like, I like it. So,
yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll try that the next time. Okay, is that the end of your whips?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Gary, let's see your whips.
All right, last Sunday I stitched on feathers with the Zoom group.
Wow.
And this is the page I was working on. I spent the whole 5 hours on that one circle, start to finish. It was so much fun. So I just got so probably this Sunday I'll finish this part here. And I can't imagine being able to move to another page on Sunday. It'll probably just finishing. There's like 2 motifs. Some of these coming down here, and then there's something over here. I think some of this stuff
So
over
pretty.
here. I love the colors. It's so vibrant on this pale blue. It's
Yeah.
like real. Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
I was watching some
look
of
at
the
those.
video from Needlework Galleria
Uh-huh.
this week and I was watching Pam and Steph. They were at Needlework Galleria. They and Stephanie took video of the different rooms of
Mhm.
the designers and vendors, and she's Rosewood Manor. I mean, she just killed it in terms of showing the Rosewood Manor room. And I remember it from when we were
I
there.
spent hours in Karen's room because
2019.
it's like going into a museum because
Oh my
every piece
God.
is just like museum quality, and you're
Yes.
just sitting there and you're like,
You can't to take it all in. I mean,
and then, but then of course then when I'm sitting in there, the longer I'm sitting in there with the models, I'm walking out with more and more patterns
Yeah.
because I'm like, ooh, I love this one. Ooh, I love that one,
Yes.
because they don't compare. The printed chart does not
Not
compare
compare.
to the stitched piece.
and that was what both of them were saying, that you can see the picture, but being and having the opportunity to see a stitched model
Yeah.
convinced them to purchase several
Mhm.
charts that they would not have ordinarily.
Based off the stitched,
Yes.
based off the printed
Yes.
cover art.
And as she was, going through the room, I stopped my stitching and I was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
one of my favorites is Sunset and Sunrise.
yeah.
Oh, love
Those
They
it.
are so
gorgeous.
gorgeous in person, and I'm
They're
like, okay,
gorgeous.
I can't start them until I finish my
I
my
think
Quakers.
I have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do.
Oh, I love them.
I think you bought the floss pack too, Shelia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I
They're
think
so
I have
pretty.
them. Yeah, yeah.
So
But what brought that up, sorry, was seeing the model of old feathers
Uh-huh.
on the video.
oh,
And as she panned it by, I'm screaming at stop. She actually did come back to it a little bit, but
yeah. Well, I know when we were there and she had her piece Twinkle Twinkle.
yes,
And she had it set up really smartly because she had little fairy lights,
Yeah.
the little tiny
Yeah.
industrial looking
Mhm.
wrapped around it.
Mhm.
And Ronnie, of course, he walks by and it's all metallic thread. He's like, oh, I want that. I was like, so I get it. But she got me. So I worked on Bellatrix also.
Oh,
What?
look at
I may have done 100 or so plus or minus stitches.
wow.
What? Where were you before?
Well, hold on, wait. I even did a screen capture from last week's video.
That's why it's important to take pictures before and after.
Yeah, let's see. Snapshot from video last week with EJ in it. I was there
Oh,
Wow.
and now I'm here. I need another arm.
yeah.
Dang.
I finished the podium and then I started her upper half. And now I'm on the 3rd page. I'm coming around.
You're
That's
just
the 3rd
showing
page.
me.
Oh,
That looks really
I
good.
can't.
You're good. You're good. That looks really good.
So
Well, I love the book on that pedal. Did you do one of these like this before?
no, I've been
No?
working on this for a while.
Oh, okay. Because
But I mean, there's like black Kreinik all through here, and then these openings are all beads. Look, all this right here is beads, and all that's going to be beads, and there's beads all through
Wow.
there. So
Wow.
she's going to be dripping with beads.
she is just
Yeah,
magnificent.
look at the
that.
fire, the ball of fire
Yes,
there. Yeah.
Yes. Just,
That candle looks good.
Mhm.
Candles are good.
I love the
Yes.
candles, but even like from her hair, you can see her
Yeah.
profile coming
Mhm,
through.
mhm.
But
That's good. That's good.
Wow.
I really enjoy working on it. This is a 32 count changeling from Handed by Stephanie.
Yeah. And those are our DMC.
All DMC and Chronic.
Wow.
And there's one Karen Water Lily. Have not got there yet. I think it's up here. There's like viney flowers and stuff. And normally that's where it's at. So
I've been saying this all along, that book on the podium or the book.
She loves the book.
yeah.
I keep waiting for a page to turn.
I haven't done the back stitching. There's a little bit of back
Oh my
stitching
God.
along the edge.
Oh,
And when back stitching on the candle.
That
Once I do
will-
that, it's gonna be like,
Mhm.
I'm holding that for the last minute because I want to like,
Mhm.
so yeah.
Mhm. Wow, that's
Good.
amazing.
Flames.
That's
Look at-
amazing.
I mean, the flames on the candle are just amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Wow.
good.
And let me show Ronnie's whip.
Yes.
So Ronnie worked on Family of Birds.
And Ronnie is working.
He's
today.
working because he's got,
He's got
there's a little
deadlines.
something coming up on the 9th. You guys know what
He
it is.
has deadlines.
So this is Family of Birds. He started with the
Do
tree.
you have the picture?
No, I don't. Oh, wait a minute. He didn't set me up. His bag.
Oh, how perfect for that piece.
Yeah, that's the style bag.
Yeah.
So here's
Thanks. I love that.
he is. Oh, you should hear him. He's like, I did another 200 stitches. I did another 200 stitches. But this is all confetti. This looks like your elephant, EJ.
Wow, yeah.
Top part up there. So he's like
Yeah, right.
very little.
Right in here.
He keeps saying he's going to finish this in 2099.
That looks really good.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah. And then he's so
So
Mr.
From the middle and went up.
No, he started at the top,
Okay,
3 inches down, 3 inches over.
gotcha.
And then I'm only going to have one whip.
Yes, yes.
So he's back and forth. One day he's on Leo from Mirabilia,
Yes.
Nor Corbett, the Zodiac, and then one day he's
Oh,
on the
who
other.
was that by? I forgot.
Stitching.
That's by Octavio Ocampo.
No, that's the artist. That's not the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
It's by Stitching.
Oh, that's what fell behind the thing.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it, well, people want to know. We get a nice view of Gary's butt.
My eyes are up here.
Couldn't
That's
help
the
it.
stitching studio.
Stitching studio.
Stitching Studio. It's my eyes are up here.
I felt violated there.
What can I say? I mean, I sort of set you up for that because I
I
did
know
put
you
it over
did.
there. Sorry.
It's all right. Nobody saw anything.
Yeah.
So this is where he's at on
Wow.
Leo, the Zodiac from Nor Corbett. He's got all the skin done. Oh, it's being washed out. There it is.
That looks really good.
It's done. He's working on the mane, the hair. He's got the big ribbon to come around.
Yeah, put a little bit of shade.
Oh,
on
there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He wanted to start the back stitching on the face. I said, no. You have to
Yeah.
do all of it first. Yeah, look at that.
That looks good.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go.
there you go.
That looks really good.
Yeah, he's really enjoying this. I mean, the boys all into needle minders. He's got
Yeah.
needle minder to needle minder.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
All
So
righty.
that's, and WhipGo.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I gotta do my update with Go. My
So
update.
the numbers called for WhipGo are 5 and 11. And 5 is,
Is this plans? Are we doing plans
no,
now?
no, no, no. This is WhipGo.
did you stitch on it?
Oh, yeah.
These are his.
Oh, it's October 2nd
Yeah.
already. Okay.
October
Sorry.
2nd already. So 01, which is number 5 on the WhipGo board, was Vinny the Vampire. And
Oh, I know you're happy about
he
that.
was finished.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
So he gets it, that block gets to be changed to dark green. And that's
Yeah.
another bingo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Let's go. Look at your.
Want me to do that now? I'll do that now. Let's
Yeah.
share. I'm
So you want
sharing.
to set up a word? You made it larger. Really, this one wasn't big enough.
No.
Looks good.
Yeah. So,
Let me share my screen.
but then we'll come back to it and talk about plans on the other one.
Okay.
but I had to get my board updated.
Yes.
I mean, EJ has one updated and then I have one on my computer updated, so I might be overkill on the documentation of the WIPGO
That's
board.
okay.
Here it is. All right, Gary.
If something happens to one, we have the other.
Yeah,
Any vampire is
is
a.
dark green.
I press right that one, and then
Oh,
press.
yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
And so, was it
Number
11? 11
Oh,
is
11?
W3. I just have to do the horse. I haven't done that yet. That would be under plans.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, then let me save this.
Do it now.
Change it to call.
Called, not finished.
Yeah.
Called, not finished, which is this. Paste and right here.
There you go. Look at that.
All right.
So I've got Halloween Sampler and Halloween Quaker that are finished. It just needs to be called so I can turn them dark green.
Mhm.
And then Turkish Delight and Reindeer Feed Sack are
They're
ones that have
both-
not been called yet.
Yeah, and you're
Gotcha.
working on them. And Turkish Delight, you've already done the additional page, right? Or was it,
That was called twice before.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And each one was a page.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay, and then for me, let me update mine since we're here.
Yeah.
oh, you got to finish?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me update mine. Here we go. So mine is what? What did I
Oh,
do?
wait, dictionary series. You got a dark pink now.
Oh, I do. Was it called?
It's number 5.
Oh, boo,
So
perfect.
since she doesn't have to do anything in WIPGO this week,
That's
this month.
right.
Oh,
Great.
and there's
ABC.
another one I did.
Well, no. Let's focus on 5 and 11. ABC sampler is W3. You have to finish to the G. Did you do the G? Aren't you on H now?
Is that ABC sampler?
I don't know. You do a ton of alphabet. I can't keep them straight.
Oh, no. Oh, I did do G. Wait a minute.
That's the one with the house and the nest.
No, that's the one with you. This is yours. I mean,
No,
not
ABC sampler
She has two that are,
is the little house needlework that had the little house on it.
yeah.
No, that's spring ABCs.
Oh, good Lord.
I know. If you don't
That's
use the right. the
ABC
whole-
sampler. Where do I have spring ABCs up here?
No.
right? Oh wait, but Lady Justice recognizable thing.
No.
I got
No, I do not agree with it.
Gary, stop.
Gary.
You just-
Wait a minute, but I have. Hold on, let me look at my photos real quick. I'm sorry. I just noticed that I do have something that's dark green. I mean, not dark green, but dark pink. Sorry.
Let's see. You stitched the word home in P1, right? Stiach. No, that's home. Oh, that's something else.
But that was finished. Yeah. That I need that to be
Yeah.
finished. It's still not finished.
No.
That's
Oh, there's
okay.
ABC. That's dark pink already. So
Yeah,
it's not.
spring
It's
ABC.
spring ABC. What
Yeah.
is sampler? What is ABC sampler?
That one.
Okay, I'll show you. I
That's
remember.
that
It's not
pretty
ready
one.
yet.
No, that's that pretty one.
It's this
Yeah.
one.
Yes,
Oh, okay. You're not
that's
even
that
close. Okay.
Pretty one.
I'm actually on letter E. That's not too
Yeah,
bad.
That's not too bad.
You've been on E for a couple of months. Get back
Yeah.
to Mother Moon. You got all year.
Here, 2 more months. All right. So yeah, that's it for me.
No competition here.
No.
No one's competing. No one's competing.
No.
Oh.
All righty. So for me, my whips, I worked on January letters from mom,
Okay.
and I'm doing all 12 months on one piece of fabric.
Oh, good.
And I'm not stitching all of these sayings as they were originally stitched. I'm changing some of them
Mhm.
to, so when I get time to stitch letters from mom, I'm gonna put letters from, I'm gonna try to get Shelia in there. So it'll be
MOM.
to SHELIA. Yes.
Over one, you can do it all day long.
Yeah. I'll figure it out
Or you
some
can stitch a
way.
picture of yourself
But
there.
I want it to be, personalized. So I changed January from, what does it say? Forgive first?
Forgive first. Oh, we don't forgive first anymore?
No, I never forget.
Is that what you wrote?
Yeah, never forget.
See, that's
Never
me
forget.
too. I never forget.
Yeah, and it's interesting as I was thinking about this, I don't hold grudges, so it's not that
Right,
way
but
of never forget.
It's disappointment.
No, it's not even that. My never forget is to recognize our forebears, recognize those who have sacrificed so that we can be where we
Gotcha.
are today. Never forget those who have given their lives so that we can enjoy the life that we have today.
Mhm.
It's just never forget those whose inventions have contributed to the quality of life that is available or obtainable to us. It's that kind of never forget. It's not a hold grudges.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
So that
Okay,
means
No.
now-
okay, so that means this whole piece is gonna have that feel through it? Is that
It
what
will
you're going
be,
with?
well,
A reflection piece?
it, not necessarily.
No?
There may
Okay.
be a couple that might be a little off center.
Mhm. Okay.
Off that message or off that theme.
Yeah, like I don't know if there's ever enough space to say take no shit, but I'll try.
You're gonna try your hardest.
I'm gonna try. I'm
Try it
gonna
down. You're gonna give it a
Over
good
one.
try. Give it a try.
You can do it over one.
That's right. So it's gonna be letters from Shelia.
Oh gosh.
Who gets these afterwards? Where do they go?
I figure at least a couple of my nieces might want it.
Okay.
They'll appreciate it.
I don't think this is a want piece. I think this might be a inherited, you have to take it piece.
Yeah. Okay, you know.
I love it. I love it.
I also finished band number 10.
Well, you have a napkin on it.
Oh, because of the beads, and when I roll it down, the beads won't
Oh, they were
stick into
snagged?
into the
Oh.
fabric as I roll it down. And I was gonna put a piece of felt there, but at the time when I started rolling, it wasn't handy to where I was sitting, but I had this napkin. sitting there.
Okay. Hey, I mean, as long as it's clean, that's all that
I
matters.
grabbed some napkins. I figured, hey, what the hell?
Hey, the tools of the trade.
Yes, exactly. Who says
Yeah,
it's
because a
got-
piece of felt probably would have got snagged too.
Yeah, but that's okay because you can toss it. Napkin can be tossed too, but
I just didn't want to pull out the beads.
yeah, no. So it's this band here for this month.
Uh-huh. Oh, you already
and-
finished.
Yes, I'm using flower thread, one strand of flower thread. This is called the broken. Oh, I brought the book this time.
Oh, you missed it. Block 10, 9.
Block 9, that's what I thought, broken Hungarian. And this is what it looks like here because you do more runs on it.
Mhm.
It's just a
Oh, that's
stitch pattern.
beautiful.
No, it's okay.
Okay, broken, yeah, but for the purpose of this, it's just learning. So I did three rows.
Okay,
Of
that's
it.
nice. I like the
And
colors.
then I put a bead in between just to highlight it a little bit
Mhm.
there. It's a different color bead. These are light green, those are gold. So it's kind of fallish since this was September.
Mhm.
When I was working on it at the end of September, I wanted a little fall look
Yeah.
to it.
Ooh, so October is gonna look like jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, Florentine Bargello.
I don't know, I see jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah.
What do you think? Jack-o'-lanterns or bats? I see jack-o'-lanterns more than I see bats.
So I'll roll, when I roll those,
It's like a little pumpkin in the middle and a little stem there.
and I learned this trick from, of course, she uses felt or cloth, but I learned this trick from Teresa Little Stitcher,
Mhm.
who does a lot of Hades and Mirabilias.
Yes, love her. Yes.
Her
Yeah,
stuff.
so,
And she has little tips and tricks and how-tos. Love
Yeah.
it all.
and her kitchen. Oh,
Oh
Her
my
black and pink kitchen.
her kitchen is to die for. I mean,
yes.
totally off the chart to die.
Yes.
I
Oh, I thought you finished that one. That's the one I thought you
no,
finished.
no. I at the last time I worked on it, which was in September, I worked on this yesterday. This was actually a bonus piece this week because I had 2 days set aside for learning stitches, but I only needed one.
Okay.
So I want to try to finish Halloween Town this month, so I gave it the extra day.
Good.
So this was a bonus piece for this month. I had all of the white here on this house.
You're so
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Huh?
You're so close to being done.
Yes, yes. And yesterday, yesterday I was on a mission.
Look at that. There's a house.
I filled in the house.
Nice.
Yeah, so the house is done. So now I have the tree over here and all of the lettering at the bottom.
Well,
Yeah.
you have words here. There's a big
There's
block.
oh, that's right, a big block of
Big block.
words.
But they go pretty quick.
Oh, it's not a tree, it's a block of
No,
words.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
looks really nice. Oh my goodness, that looks really good.
Yeah, that was
You know,
fun.
my favorite part of stitching this piece was the purple house, this tree, and that tree.
Yeah,
That was my favorite. And actually, I like the lampshade. The lamp
Yeah.
pole too.
yeah.
There's a
yeah.
lot of fun pieces in this thing to stitch.
There are. It's a nice stitch, and I'm using the called for silks, which I bought as a thread pack. This is stitched on R&R Productions Winter Brew 36 counts. So I'm using one thread of silk over 2 fabric threads.
Okay.
And I started this in February 2019.
Oh,
So that's an oldie. I also treated myself to some more work on the African Lady with Vase this week. This was a kit that I purchased from Garon Stitchery. And I am now, look at, I've
Oh, wow,
gotten
she's
down,
gorgeous.
yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
shoulders.
This is the top of the jar. So you actually start to see the vase, actually.
Yes.
Oh,
vase,
yeah.
Start to.
I love her dress. Oh,
Isn't that
I need one.
amazing?
That
I mean,
looks
I
really-
love the negative stitching
Mhm,
because you don't have to stitch this part, but it
Mhm,
looks so,
mhm.
it's like popping.
mhm. Well,
Thanks.
remember when you showed us the kit
Mhm.
and we were looking at it and we turned it around so we could see the fabric and we saw that this is a 14 count black Ada. And the threads are DMC threads, I strongly believe, because I think I cross-matched the colors to the DMC chart.
Okay.
And it is, that was a deciding factor for me when I saw that it was stitched on black Ada. So all of this was negative space.
Mhm.
I was like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that I'm in for that.
That's gorgeous.
It
She
is so,
gorgeous.
look at her shoulders. I mean,
Yes, glisten. She put on some lotion. She put
Mhm.
shea butter on.
mhm.
Yes.
She's all glistening.
Yeah.
Ooh, wee.
Yes.
She looks good.
My needle minder
Uh-huh.
stays there.
Okay.
And I also picked up this week another one of my favorites that I'm working on. And I love this because I just love the action of it. It just so reminds me of, I don't know, just life,
Mhm.
just life back in the day. This is Wash Day. The original artwork is by Clementine Hunter. It was published by Fine Arts Graphics. It is out of print.
Yeah.
So
Look at that tree.
Yes, I worked on the tree.
Yeah. you did.
There are, I don't know how many colors of green in this tree.
Aqua green.
Yeah, all kinds of greens.
Yeah.
And so I got to come back down over here, but that's a good full day of stitching,
Mhm.
just working in
Oh, yeah, I can see it.
in that. Yeah. So,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you notice I have to go back. I need to devise a kind of process, like when I finish the tree, I'm going to finish a sheet,
Yeah.
because that's just white. And then
Or-
I was thinking,
Or at
maybe-
least do one thread cut of white
Mhm.
and then go back to something else.
Yeah,
Because if you don't, that's a lot of white.
it's a lot of white. And I've
And-
got couple of pieces that I'm working on that
Yeah.
have a lot of weight.
I would do it. For me, I normally do like one length of thread
Yeah,
because then I know I get an end in sight
yeah.
and I can get back to color.
yeah. And I also need to get back to the sky as well.
Yeah.
Same issue.
But the good thing is it's not a big piece overall. I mean, this is end to end.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's going to be a nice compact piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And when you think about it, when you look at the tree, see the fullness of this tree from the bottom of the tree, which is here, right?
Yeah, there's only a little bit
There's
more.
not
down
that
here.
much down.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
this-
but then don't forget, you also have all that green on the bottom. So
yeah.
Yeah, but
you
it's-
might
but
want
it's
to
like- but it's
cut.
like-
You
but
might
it's like, but it's like the tree. It's multiple greens.
Mhm,
So you're going to
mhm.
do patches.
Yeah.
while white is just white. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
And the
just-
blue is just blue.
Yeah. There's a lot going on in the sky and
Yeah. Oh, there's more colors in the sky. Okay.
yeah, there's more colors in the
All right.
sky.
Yeah.
The sky is a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So
I remember putting clothes out to dry outside behind the house.
Mhm,
And then of course, Florida, it would rain. So we would run out to
yeah.
grab everything.
Yeah.
And then of course, 5 minutes later, the sun is out again. And like my
Yeah.
mom's like, go put the clothes back. And then we bought a dryer. That was godsend. You know, that dryer was amazing. 'cause we
Okay,
had to
so-
run out there.
Who has clothes in their dryer right now, just sitting there that they forgot to take out?
No,
No.
I'm good about getting.
I'm
them
good
out of
about
the
washing
dryer.
clothes. I will wash, dry, fold, and put away. Boom, 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 boom. No problem.
Yeah.
But
I
dishes,
will wash, dry, and fold. And they may sit all nice and stacked and folded
Because they're ready for rotation.
because they're ready to be put away.
Oh,
And I will, the next week will come along and I'll do another wash, dry, fold, and just put them on
Stack.
top of.
when you wear your clothes, you go bottom down. You go bottom up. You go bottom up.
yeah.
Gotcha.
No. So the trick is that, like the underwear drawer, when I get down to the end of a stack in the underwear drawer, it's like, oh, I guess it's time to put away underwear. Huh? That's exactly the thought process. It takes a while.
Oh,
Take-
laundry is a thing. I appreciate laundry, but
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
other dishes. Ugh.
Well, because I love the scents. I love the scents of the detergent. I love the
Mhm.
scent
Oh,
of
yeah.
the dryer.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, but no, putting away that, and you know what? It takes me 15 minutes to put it all away.
oh
Now, if it has to go on a hanger, it goes right on a hanger.
Oh, yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, that it goes right on a hanger. But once it gets
Folded?
folded and stacked,
All right, I just got an image. I don't know if you guys remember Big Bang Theory. Sheldon, he's got had that folding thing for his t-shirts. Is that Shelia?
Yes.
Because it wasn't like a folding
Yeah.
board or something
Yeah.
like that.
they call that the gap fold or something,
Oh, I
right?
don't know.
It was
I don't
gap-
know.
Oh, my friend taught me how to fold shirts like that, and I've been doing it ever since. I'm like, oh, it looks
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, they don't, you get the crease in the right
Oh, look, the
spot.
straw did fit. It does go
Yes,
all the way
it
to
does.
the
I know.
end.
So when I went to Starbucks this morning to pick up the frappuccinos,
They had the mini straws.
they had the short straws, and I'm like, oh, you don't have any long straws? And said, sorry, ma'am, we're out. I said, okay. So I'm standing there with the straws, holding them up against the cup, trying to see if they will fit. And there's a guy standing behind me, and I was still like looking at
Okay.
this, right? And he cracked up. He started laughing. He says, no matter how many times you do that, it's not gonna fit.
But it does fit.
But it actually does fit. Yeah, and I went to the wrong Starbucks this morning because I did the mobile order and I drove to the wrong one, so I had to backtrack to the right one. Yeah, it was quite a Starbucks ordeal this morning.
The adventures of the Sunshine Stitchers.
That's right.
It's not that easy to get Starbucks.
It's not that easy some Saturday mornings, let me tell you. Woo.
It's a struggle.
Yes, by the time I got here, I was like, oh my God, I've been.
Exhausted.
Yes. All right, so EJ, do you have any haul, stitchy kindness?
I do. Oh, I forgot to go to I do have, and it was delivered and it's downstairs. Can I pause? I'm sorry.
It's all right.
No mail. It was.
I thought Shelia delivered you something.
No, she already got hers.
Oh, okay. All right. Anyway, so EJ has nothing. So,
So Gary, do you have any haul or?
oh,
stitchy
I've
kindness?
got some haul. I got my little bag of goodies from Mrs. Sadis.
Oh,
Nice.
She came out with a silk called Frankie, and I had to say, yes,
me please.
yes, 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 me please. So I got 2 skeins. So I have enough to do something with.
Nice. That's
Wow.
lovely.
Yeah, it's very soft. Her threads are very soft.
Yeah, people really like them. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot
Yeah,
about.
so I've always wanted some, and then they're very quick. Came in very
Yeah.
quick from Germany.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try to order some.
Did you
just
say this is
online?
from Germany?
Yeah, she's got Etsy store.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was from someplace else.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know,
Yeah.
my package to Germany,
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
guess it says something then. All right.
but with the European mail, and I got some X-Jute thread that
Ooh,
it's called Halloween Duo.
oh, look at that.
It's 2 skeins.
Oh, it's two
Oh.
skeins wrapped together.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Duo.
I thought that was,
That's nice.
Yeah, and I got these from the shop.
oh, those are in the shop?
Yeah,
Oh,
we have these in the shop.
those are pretty.
And
I like the gray.
yeah, I think I'm gonna use it for a la-di-da pattern.
And what's the color of the gray?
It just says the Halloween Duo.
Oh, okay.
So they both come together.
They can both
They
come
come as a
together.
pair.
They're a
Yeah.
pair. And I was thinking of doing la-di-da's new pattern, the potions thing,
Mhm,
because it
mhm.
calls for 2 colors.
Oh.
So I could do the words in this color and then the
Yes.
stars and everything in the
Yes,
other color.
Yes, pretty.
So I gotta find a fabric for that.
Okay.
And we now carry fiberlicious fabrics.
Ooh.
And I
Oh,
got,
love fiber.
because they're called for a lot of the Bella Filipina patterns.
Oh,
And he
okay.
uses 28 count because of the beads. And
Oh,
I got,
okay.
this is Neverland.
Look at that. Oh my
Hand
God, look at
painted-
that.
Hand painted, I mean, hand, look at that. Is it coming through?
Wow, yes.
I love her stuff.
Hold on, hold it up
Uh,
again. A little bit,
I
yeah.
love this color.
That is gorgeous.
Perfect for a mermaid or
Mhm.
anything. And
It's blues with just some purples. It
Yeah.
looks like purples.
You could just frame that with glass
Mhm.
and put it
Wait.
up on the wall.
and this is the one. This is called Jack-o'-lantern.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
I am so ready to use this one.
Are they all brightly hued?
I got these 2 and I got one other because it was for the last couple of
Oh, okay.
Bella Filipinas that came out.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
I want to do my merman again,
You do?
but change his colors to Halloween and have him like hold a skull and put him on this.
Wow.
Wouldn't he be cool?
What merman? Which merman?
My
The one on the
normal-
beach?
Yeah, no, my normal merman, the one that normally hangs behind us.
You got 2 mermen.
Triton.
Oh, okay.
So I think this is cool. I love this.
I'm gonna need you.
Jack.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I'm not
only-
visualizing that one at
it
all.
only sits behind us all the time.
I know, merman. I'm
All right.
not visualizing the,
Okay, I'll show you what gave me the idea.
okay, the upgrade sounds a little dicey.
Once you see what mermaid he did on this, you'll see where I came from. So he did this right here, Temptress of the Cursed Sea. And if I do the male merman in this colorway, he's going to be
Oh.
gorgeous.
So you're gonna be changing his colorway as well.
Just, yeah, his colorway. And instead of holding a seashell, he could be holding this orb or a skull or something.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
But I just have to fit that in the 2000 plus
Yeah.
whips.
I put that
I
one
think- I
down.
thought you don't stitch things twice.
I know, but I'm hoping that he's going to come out with another merman that'll fit.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Okay.
ultimate goal. And then I got the latest.
So when you put it out in the universe, it will happen.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
said it on Flosstube. It will happen. You know what I need? I need a Halloween looking merman to go on this fabric
No
from
rush.
Bella Filipina.
No rush. No rush.
Is that
Very
Is that
specific.
exact enough?
No rush.
All right, and so I got the latest Halloween patterns from Primitive Hair,
Oh, they're
Haunted
cute.
Out of Candy. Look at that.
Haunted house. And we're out of candy.
And it comes with the
Also, it says it's a bad witch.
yeah, it's green, so it comes through. It's this wired ribbon or wired chenille
Oh, wow.
and some Swarovski crystals that go on the cauldron.
So you just kind of whip stitch that on or
Yeah, oh
something?
here. Yeah, you whip stitch it on, and then you put the
Yeah.
beads down here. And oh, I got the fabric that goes on it. It's skull fabric.
Wow. Oh, so the skulls.
Yeah, so you don't stitch the skulls. It's all just goes on here.
Let me see, put it up again. Put up the
Oh, the picture?
Yeah, you can see,
Oh.
you can see, even see through.
Oh, I see, I see, I see.
Aren't they cool?
Okay, I see it.
All right.
And then
I love how she does her fabric like that.
I got another one that goes on the same fabric. Hopefully, I haven't done the measurements to see if I can get 2 out of 1. This is A Few Have Died. Many have eaten here, few have died.
Oh, that's good.
You should put it in your kitchen, definitely.
Exactly. So it has a go on the
Yes.
side.
110 by 189.
And this one is 100 by 73.
Okay, so
Oh,
that big.
So 73 may, and I wouldn't need too much to, I don't know, I just had to measure it, but I think it'll, I don't
You
know.
might.
you
I'm
can
hoping-
measure it by the number of skulls on the pattern that she used.
Yeah.
So how many
Oh,
You can't.
skulls.
I'm talking about in the
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay.
It's
so-
gonna take up the whole piece.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, that's a big
Cauldron.
pot, cauldron there.
So it's the same size as the fabric.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's just another piece of fabric. And I got another piece of her fabric, because I love her fabric. Another new one that she's got released for Halloween is called Wicked Woods. Ooh, I might use this one instead. For the cauldron.
We eat here and,
No, the cauldron
Use
could
that.
be on this one.
oh no, I like the cauldron on with the skulls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
no, you need the skulls for if you have died because that's perfect though.
Oh, okay.
Are you able to see this?
Yes,
Isn't that gorgeous?
that is gorge.
Yeah,
It's gorge.
I love this. I love her. the
Wait,
way
can you turn it around? What's the other way?
See the bottom.
Oh, see the bottom? This,
Oh, got it.
isn't that cool?
Oh, the cauldron piece would look good on that though. You're right. The
The
cauldron
what?
piece would look good on that.
I think the cauldron would look, it depends as long as it doesn't cover up the skull.
Exactly. Or the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Her fabric, I love her
Yeah.
fabric. Her printed fabric, just beautiful.
Her coffee fabric, I love opening it up and just smelling it.
Yes. All
All right,
right.
so that's my haul.
Okay. So my haul, which has actually been here for a couple of weeks since I forgot that I had haul last week. Never even picked it up.
Good thing I do a storage fee,
Yeah.
and the first month is not $1.
I was stitching on one of the pieces on a scroll frame, and as I was working on it, all of a sudden I said, wait a minute, didn't I buy some scroll frame grime guards? And finally I had to call Gary, don't I have a package there?
And I said, yes, it's been waiting here for 2 weeks. She only comes every Saturday.
Yeah. and completely- I bought, I'm not gonna take them out the plastic bags, but I bought the scroll rod grind guard. I bought it, this one is the Florida one,
This is 16.
and this is 16-inch. This is a very pretty.
Dragonfly.
Oh yeah, dragonfly, you can hardly see it. 28-inch. I bought a variety of sizes because I
Yeah.
use a lot of scroll.
And I've got a
frames.
bunch of Halloween ones I made this week.
Okay. This
14?
one is 14-inch.
That's the Halloween kitties.
Yes, I like that one.
Oh, this is
And-
the owl.
Yeah, the owl one, which is 18-inch.
Okay.
So I now have scroll rod grind guards for all of the sizes of scroll frames that I use. So when I take them out, I can, to work on, I'll just put the grind guard on it.
Well, and what's good is the 14-inch will work on the 10-inch scroll
Oh,
rod because
yeah,
it'll just
needs
scrunch it
more
up.
Scrunchy, yeah.
You can go down 3 inches or 4 inches. I think it's fine.
Okay, that's good to know. I also bought the chart,
Mojo.
Falling Leaves and
Yeah.
Autumn Up North Quaker, Mojo Stitches to complete my set.
Oh, they ship my threads. I should get them next week.
Oh, okay, good.
Nice.
Oh,
So
exciting.
then we could start it.
And I can start mine in December.
I tried.
I've come this far.
Yeah,
October,
there's no way she's gonna do
You
it.
know what? I'm gonna get both of them on December the 10th.
December,
like- Okay?
no,
Because I'm gonna change the date on the calendar. They're gonna think it's the 14th.
no, December the 13th, I think is the last day.
I thought it was the 10th.
Is it the
I think it's
13th
the
or the,
10th.
oh, wait, I don't have to guess.
She's got the manual.
Oh, I thought it was.
I carry the rules with me. These rules have been in.
So I need to edit this document and print it for her, and then she can start something.
December the 12th at midnight.
I was right.
So we could start it on the 10th.
And that's the date we have to put in our last WIP album progress final check by December the 12th.
All right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
very excited.
You know, I really enjoyed ABC's single, but the whole photo before and after
Yeah,
I love that.
was very taxing for me.
yeah.
And I'm glad it was on. I could do it for a month. It was,
Mhm,
but if
mhm.
a whole year, I can't. I stitch
Well,
on too many
this-
things to be able to keep
Well-
that mental, because sometimes I'm just so exhausted from the day.
Yeah.
I just grab something, start stitching, and then I realize, oh, I've been stitching this for 2 hours. I needed a photo.
Yeah, well, a lot of people post a picture as they stitch. So as they stitch a piece, they'll take a picture and then they'll post it into their album. I don't do that because as we all know, I am horrible about taking pictures and then posting
Mhm.
pictures, horrible at it. So I have to, when it's time for an album update, I actually
Get
go
the
back
original
and
photo.
No, it's already there.
Yeah.
So my last photo is already in the album, so I don't have to worry about where I was
Okay.
because it's there. But I have to go pull out all the whips that I have worked on and take a current picture.
Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah, so that can be, I
Yeah.
mean, it's time consuming. But one of the things, if you notice, remember last month, I pulled out all of the whips that I had not worked on
Right.
this year. And what I realized is
You started a lot of stuff.
I had started, no, but my rotation process meant that throughout the year, I had worked on the majority of my whips. I didn't have a whole month of unworked on, of whips that had not been touched.
That's good.
I didn't, because I actually was able to go back and pull out some others that I had already worked on. But, so yeah, it just means that I know the dates. I just have to plan for it. And I just, the couple of days, I usually finish a couple of days before it's due. And then I only have whatever I'm planning to stitch that in that couple of days that I have to post. It just takes planning and making the time, but yeah,
Okay.
Me, I always take an after picture.
yeah,
If you take an after picture, you already have a before picture for next time.
exactly. And a lot of people do that. It
Yeah.
makes so much sense.
It's just not something I normally do. So for me, it's
So you don't have a before picture.
That's right. So Brenda and the serial starter, Laura,
uh-huh.
are having a floss tag exchange.
Okay.
And so Sunshine Stitchers sent some of our floss tags, which we distributed at StitchCon,
Mhm.
and we still have quite a few.
Because somebody was like really adventurous in making them.
Yeah.
Did I give you the box that I had? Did I give you-
No, I'd like to have that back. So next time I do a delivery,
Yeah.
I'll take
No,
it
no
back.
worries. They're still the same.
I know, it's not.
Yeah, they haven't been hole punched.
I know that yes, I know. I'll take it back. And so they sent us, they had some floss tags made. And they're just beautiful.
Well, there's no holes in them.
No, we have to punch, but I don't want to punch the holes in them.
I know, that's
Look
why I
at
said,
them.
where would you punch the hole?
Oh, that's
And
gorgeous.
Look at the back.
And
I mean,
yeah, in the back,
You know, people, you gotta fill out the back.
yeah. I mean,
Nice.
they're just beautiful and look,
Wow, those are great.
Okay.
They're beautiful pictures.
beautiful,
Yeah, those
aren't
are
they?
good
Just gorgeous. Just, I mean, I almost don't want to, and I can understand why they didn't punch holes in them because
Yeah.
Because if you did it down here, you'd lose your color name.
that's okay. I mean, it's all right. You
And I
just,
wouldn't want to lose their name either.
I think they're
And
gorgeous.
that's my struggle with
With most things.
with Flosstubes. I don't want to damage them.
They're really pretty.
Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure and I
Look at the
will,
pretty card.
yes, and it's
I mean,
included a
very
beautiful card.
Elegant.
Yeah, far better than the presentation that they received from us, I will say, but
I don't know.
I tried. I did try to wrap it in a nice little ribbon, but
Was it
That's nice.
was it green?
it was in a post office box.
Was it green?
No, it was not.
Nothing green.
No,
Okay.
it was not. Beautiful.
You know,
beautiful.
I've got a ton of groovy green tissue paper because I love the paint.
I know. That's what makes you more intelligent, remember?
Exactly. Everything is green.
Oh, I lost the pen. Okay, so that was our haul and stitchy kindness. So thank you, Brenda and Laura.
Mhm.
The lost, and I will be splitting them up amongst the three of us.
I won't be putting holes in mine. I can't
I
damage them.
know. Announcements. EJ, do you have any announcements?
It's not.
No? Gary, do you have any announcements?
Oh yeah, I think I have one.
Okay.
October the 9th,
Mhm,
we're going to be doing a bag sale
mhm.
and at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Okay,
And oh yeah, there might be another one. I almost forgot. One. I did the announcement in our Facebook group on
okay,
the 1st, as I said I would.
yeah.
And so here's the one for people who aren't in the Facebook group.
Mhm.
We will be selling this box on October the 13th. It is not a Christmas box. It is not a junk box. It is a Halloween mystery mini box.
Ooh.
And it comes in 3 fabric counts.
Mhm. And it is very well taped.
Yes, I love tape. It's 16 count or 18 count Ada, and those will be 65,
Mhm.
or the 32 count, which is 70.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
sounds
chock
good.
full of stuff.
Sounds good.
And
And
there's stuff in there.
there's stuff in there.
All right.
And they are already showing on the website, but they're sold out because they won't be available till the 13th
Okay.
at 7 p.m. That's a Wednesday.
October 13 at 7 p.m.
Right. And they are under the folder called Asterix, the Crypt of Garon Stitchery. And there's only 3 items in there, the 16, the 18, and the 32.
Okay,
So be there 7 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, USA.
I like the color of the box.
I know. Well, it reminds me of jack-o'-lantern because it's kind of orange looking.
You keep saying that it's a rose gold.
I couldn't find any of my little monsters to draw little jack-o'-lantern faces on there. They just all give me that look like.
No, right, this look, no.
Who would, I mean, I just need, each one had to be a different jack-o'-lantern
No.
face, not even the same face.
No.
Oh, well. Okay, so there's some assembly required. You will have to do your own jack-o'-lantern face on your box.
No, it's a beautiful box. Did you have any extra boxes?
Yeah, I got extra boxes.
All right, I take a box. I don't want
I'll send you an invoice.
box.
So that's all my announcements.
Okay, all righty.
So what was that again? What day, EJ?
The 13th of October, which is a Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. See, she was listening. She snapped
And,
that
and so
out.
that would be a 3rd exclusive design. for Get Around Stitchery.
That's right. That's right. All righty.
And there
Very
may be, there's a couple of other exclusive items in there for Get Around Stitchery.
good. All right. Just call you just Mr. Exclusive.
Well, I try.
All
So there will be no Christmas box this year.
right, for sure.
I said this year,
Yeah.
and that's all I'm gonna say
Okay, good. And we'll be done with the mystery boxes for a while.
for this year.
2022, 2021. Right, okay. Plans. EJ, what are your plans? Yes, Mother Moon.
Yes, Mother Moon.
See that when you have a focus piece, doesn't that make planning so much easier?
How is she gonna look with her lips done though? That's gonna be
In
weird.
green, I think it's gonna be amazing.
No, I think the lips in the nice purple
Okay, you
shade.
see how her
are gonna be
eyes
stunning.
call you in?
Yeah,
When the lips are done the correct color,
yeah,
it's just gonna
Stunning.
make it glow.
stunning.
I love looking at her right here. You know, but
No,
when I
they-
take a picture or look at her through the lens, oh my goodness.
They look washed out.
And don't you have like
So like the whole
three
thing.
more moons at the bottom there to do?
No.
Two moons.
The moons are done.
Oh, right here?
Yeah,
It's
I don't
out.
know. There's something. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
It's something.
Some kind of
Okay.
bird or something.
okay,
I don't know what it is.
all right. Very nice.
Yep. That's it.
Gary, your plans?
My plans. I'm going to be continuing to work on
This
Bellatrix.
one?
And since this was called Harvest Delivery by Plum Street, it says I need to do the horse.
Yeah.
I have a leg or a tail or something, so I may be working on the horse.
All
And this is
right.
done on Grandpa's sleeve.
Oh, very
32
nice.
count. So
You just stitched on something with
yeah, Away We Ride.
Away We Ride.
Yeah.
This was the other piece I
Yeah.
hacked off.
Oh wow, did you have a half or a quarter?
Quarter.
Wow, Away We Ride was it looks huge.
Bigger, yeah.
No, I don't think so. Unless I got this from something else. I don't know.
Are you sure maybe you had more than a quarter?
Maybe I have this fabric on something else too.
Yeah, okay.
Because I know I got some at Galleria. When we went to
Uh-huh.
Galleria, and then I had some before that I bought from her. So
Okay.
maybe I had two pieces.
Okay.
Anyway,
All righty. So first, I just want to show my September wrap up. My September plans, everything with the check mark was stitched.
Nice.
And down here, learning stitches, which I had identified for 2 days. I actually finished the band in 1 day. So that's when I threw in Halloween Town. It only took me 9 months to actually figure out how to get this right. For October, yesterday I stitched on and finished. I did do my little finish thing. Here for the booze.
What are you stitching on the 21st? That's an important day.
Oh, Autumn Quaker.
Oh, nice.
6. I heard the 26th was a good day
The
too.
26 is also
No.
a Song of the Seasons.
Oh,
No,
my-
actually, I should have a choice to see which one you stitch on the 21st. It is my birthday.
Okay, so rather than
so
Autumn Quaker.
you want her to
which-
stitch on Mother Moon, so we finished?
So it could be done. Let me see what my choice is. Let me see what you have.
Okay, so I'm focusing in October on Halloween and autumn.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
And so I decided to do autumn because I put in all the Halloween first and I had so many extra days. I decided to add autumn to it.
Okay, so I would like for you to stitch on Green Damsel. So you can switch Green Damsel with the 16th.
Okay,
Then I'll be happy. Yes, I
Okay.
want you to stitch on Green Damsel.
okay, all right.
The
I'll do
Green
that.
Damsel's not Halloween.
It's autumn. It's got
It's-
autumn colors. It's the
Mhm.
greens and the oranges.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the reason why
Yeah.
I put it in there, because I thought it had, even though it's dark greens in there, but those oranges just kind of,
Mhm.
I think, into a little bit more autumn.
It looks really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
So I'm going to work on Sugar Skull. Halloween Town, I think, has 1, 2, 3 days. identified, because it's a lot of lettering that I have to do. And I tried to pick days that, well, the first 2 days are Sundays. And because it's football season, I do a lot of stitching on Sundays. So African Lady with Vase, just because I get her in every month now. Another Year Creeps By, which is ink circles. There's 2 days. Nevermore. Nevermore, I also have for 1-2 days during the month. Oh, African Lady with Vase, I also have for 2 days. Autumn Quaker, I'm really doing a push on Autumn Quaker. Autumn Quaker, I have in for 4 days during the month of October. And then there, 2 of the days are consecutive, and then the others are spread out during the month because, you know, I got to break it up.
I don't know. I'm so happy to not do a new whip every day this month that I'm just so happy.
Autumn Garden, which is primitive hair, and I'm doing it on primitive hair fabric. If Pumpkins Could Fly has 2 days.
Are you close?
No.
No.
I think you should do Ladies' Night on the 21st.
That was my other choice, but I love.
And that would be 3 days, and that would be really fun to see what you get done. 'Cause you're doing the one with the pumpkin, right? She's sitting on the pumpkin.
Yeah. That's a big.
When it's March, then you can choose.
Ladies' Night should
There
be
you go.
done.
You can.
But it's October, so EJ chooses.
All
I
right.
don't know. Ladies' Night won't be done by March because I still have the 4th one to do.
Oh, I thought you were on the last one.
No, I'm only on the 3rd. I'm telling you, those 2 ladies with the cauldron,
Yes.
that was a lot. I mean, that's a big.
That cauldron itself.
Yeah, that
So,
was.
so did I stitch on what I said I was going to stitch on last week? I never remember from week to week whether I followed my plan or not.
I don't know. I have no idea. I
just throw out something. If it sticks, it sticks.
6, yeah. And then I'm going to pick a Song of the Seasons, and I put that one in there because since it's seasons, one of the seasons is autumn. So I figured I was covered there. So Sugar Skull is actually getting 2 days. And then Green Damsel will have 2 days. Is that correct?
You can for
day.
me, it's 1 day. Just put Autumn Quaker on the 16th and put Green Damsel on the 21st.
And
Oh, they're good. Then Autumn Quaker will be 2 back to back.
Okay, good. Yeah. And
so you pick Green Damsel because it's green?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And I think that's it. So those are really all the pieces that I'm working on. A couple of them have consecutive days, but mostly I just pop them around during the month.
Oh.
And since I used my erasable pen, I can just erase Autumn Quaker and Green Damsel and then rewrite them in. Yay!
Oh, okay. So the ink is heat activated?
Yes.
So if you get a blow dryer, the whole thing will go like
yeah,
that?
it would.
I got a blow dryer.
So Shelia, you could use the paper over and over again.
The same one, especially since the way the planner organized so that, you know, it's just, you have to put in the numbers to start the month, you know. Yeah. So anyway, those are my plans for the month. I'm very excited about the focus on Halloween and autumn and the opportunity to get to work on a couple of these pieces more than one time during the month.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm really, and some of the pieces I try to put on days that I know I get a lot of stitching in. Like Saturdays, I don't get that much stitching in because I'm here for a good chunk of the day.
Yeah, Sunday's a good day for me.
So don't forget.
No matter where you are, the sun is always shining when you're stitching. Bye.
Yes, and tomorrow, tomorrow is a huge stitching Sunday because we have every year the NFL plays, I think, 2 games in London. So they send two football teams with all their stuff and everything
So is that
to
soccer?
London. No, it's American football in the land of European football. And that
How
game,
is that fair? They don't even play football. They don't even play American football in London. That's not fair.
stadium is packed. You have a lot of people who follow American football in Europe, and the stadium is packed.
Like how's the game though? Is it like a competitive game, or is it
it counts. It counts.
Or is it like a homecoming game where that your team is gonna win?
People are there. They've got their t-shirts on. They're dressed in the colors of the teams. I mean,
nice.
maybe it's every American expat living in Europe, but I don't know. But it's definitely very popular, and so we have one of those games this Sunday, and those games always come on like at 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. So which means that we have the 9:30 game, the 1 o'clock, the 4 o'clock, and the 8 o'clock game. 4 football games this Sunday.
And you watch all of those?
I watch them all.
Don't you get bored? Like,
oh
wow.
No.
That's a lot of baseball.
No.
That's a lot of soccer.
Yes.
Oh.
So, let me give my little tip for those who do like the NFL and do watch football. If you have an opportunity, and if you can get ESPN2, that's ESPN2, on Monday Night Football, they run the football game, but it is the host of that show is Peyton Manning and oh my God, I just forgot his name.
Charles Barkley.
No, the 2 Manning brothers.
Captain Kangaroo?
Forget it.
Doug Manning? No.
No, stop. The 2 Manning brothers.
Don Shula.
Okay, Gary, you're about to wear my movie for
But I heard that name.
Manning.
He owns restaurants, or he just passed actually.
Oh, okay, so it must not be him.
No.
You sure?
But the 2 Manning brothers, one was a quarterback for the New York Giants.
Eli.
I apologize. I had Elliot in my head, and I knew it wasn't Elliot. I don't know if Eli and Peyton Manning, the quarterbacks, very successful quarterbacks, are co-host that show from their respective homes. It's like watching them on Zoom, watching the football game with them on Zoom. And what you're getting is a very inside perspective of watching a football game with 2 people who know it from the inside out. And they're also very, very funny because they're brothers. They really, crack jokes on each other and stuff. They also have a guest every quarter. They've had LeBron James. They've had usually a quarterback from one of the games that played on Sunday. Just a variety of different.
Hey, you
guests.
forgot to mention about your stingy kindness over there.
Yes, I do have to. And then actually I've been eyeing it because I want to open the bag. But so yes, that's my tip. If you do like the NFL and you do enjoy watching football, that Monday night football game on ESPN2 is really interesting, educational, and funny. It's a good watch. All right.
Is Cooper Manning also a football player?
No, Cooper Manning has his own,
So it's a DC show, right?
No, the Cooper Manning has he's the older brother to Peyton and Eli, and he is hysterical. He is completely hysterical. He has a bit on the Sunday NFL kickoff show that comes on at 11 a.m. on Fox. It's called the Cooper Manning Hour minus 58 minutes. He does these off-the-wall interviews with players and coaches, and it's just really, it's hysterical. It's just hysterical. So my kindness for the week
It should have opened an hour ago.
Well, it was covered up, but I've been trying to be good. So gotta open it up now though, for sure. You know, this is the time of year.
What does it say underneath it?
Hey,
What does it say underneath it? Brock's.
Oh, it's Brock's Mellow Cream Autumn Mix.
Oh, mellow.
but see, you know, there's no elf on the shelf. That's your skeleton on gelatin.
Oh my God, here, you want some?
You eat it? You eat those things, Gary?
Are we done?
It's like teaching second grade again. Okay, everybody, it's snack time.
I got bored.
Listening to
bored at recess.
NFL? How could you get bored?
I don't do hockey. All
You're
right.
not alone.
No, I'll just leave it in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna cut it out?
Peyton and Peyton and Eli
Huh?
Manning.
Oh, I thought it was just fodder.
No.
Oh, it stays in. Okay.
I think we've said it all.
I think we have too, because Gary's about to get edited out of a video
Yeah, permanently.
permanently. With Shelia and EJ stitching, so. All righty.
Bye.
I think we've said it all.